Today, we're diving into the beginning of a story that, well, basically took over the world. It's the story of a boy who finds out his past was a secret, and his future, it's magic. So, okay, let's dive into the very beginning of a story that, let's be honest, completely changed the world. We're going straight to the source material here to see how this incredible world of magic first exploded into the lives of a family that was trying so hard to be perfectly, and I mean aggressively, normal. Right, so our story doesn't kick off with wands and spells. Nope, it starts at number 4 Privet Drive, with this almost frantic effort to be ordinary. The Dursleys, they absolutely pride themselves on being normal. They hate anything unexpected, anything different, which, it's just the perfect ironic setup for the insane story that's literally about to land on their doorstep. And from page 1, the main conflict is laid right out for us. It's a total clash of two different worlds, and it's all seen through two families. On one side, you've got the Dursleys, who've built this little fortress of boring normal life because they're terrified of being different. And on the other side, the Potters. They're the family secret Mrs. Dursley pretends doesn't exist for the simple reason that they represent everything strange and wonderful and un-Dursley-ish. And who's stuck right in the middle of all this? Our hero, Harry Potter. When we first meet him, he's this lonely orphan living a pretty bleak life in a literal cupboard. And the worst part, he has no idea who he is, where he came from, or the real story about what happened to his parents. His whole childhood, weird things just happened around him. Like he once made the glass at a snake exhibit completely vanish. But things like that never got him praise. They just got him punished, pushing him even further away. These were the first little hints of a power he had no clue he was using. But all of that was about to get turned upside down. Because on his 11th birthday, that aggressively ordinary world the Dursleys built around him, that was about to be completely shattered by the arrival of the magical world where he actually belongs. It all kicked off with just one single letter. But this wasn't junk mail. It was addressed with this impossible pinpoint accuracy. Mr. H. Cotter, the cupboard under the stairs. I mean, think about that. For the very first time, somebody out there saw him, not just some burden in a cupboard. Of course, Uncle Vernon was having absolutely none of it. He rips the letter away, probably thinking, okay, problem solved. But oh no, the magic was just getting warmed up. The very next day, a whole bunch more letters show up, and you can just feel his control over their normal life starting to crack. And then, things just go from weird to completely absurd. A whole flood of letters comes blasting out of the fireplace. It's like a magical assault on their house, and there is just no denying it anymore. This just shows you how desperate they were. They literally pack up and run away to a miserable little hut on a rock in the middle of the sea just to escape the mail. It sounds kind of funny, but it really shows you how terrified they were of Harry's truth finally coming out. Well, you can't outrun destiny, can you? Right at the stroke of midnight on his birthday, bam! The door gets blasted off its hinges by this giant of a man named Hagrid. And he's the one who delivers the 5 little words that change Harry's entire world. Harry, you're a wizard. So, with the cat finally out of the bag, Hagrid becomes Harry's guide, and ours, really, into this hidden world. And their very first stop? It's this secret, buzzing, magical marketplace called Diagon Alley. And right away, we get this one word, muggle. And that single word does so much work. It instantly creates this cultural line in the sand. This isn't just about who can do magic and who can't. It shows that wizards have their own language, their own culture, totally separate from anything Harry has ever known. For Harry, Diagon Alley is just a total sensory overload. For the first time ever, he has his own money, he feels like he belongs, he even gets his first real friend in his owl, Hedwig. But the real moment, the big one, happens at Ollivanders. That's where his wand chooses him, and where he learns about its terrifying, faithful connection to the dark wizard who killed his parents. So with his new stuff packed, and his mind still reeling from, well, everything, there's one last big step. He has to actually get to the secret school of witchcraft and wizardry, Hogwarts.
Yeah, this is not your typical school run. Getting onto the platform is his first real test of faith in this whole new world. And it's right here, in this moment of total confusion, that he meets the Weasley family. They kindly show him what to do, and as we'll see, they basically become the family he never had.
So on the train, you basically see his entire social circle form in the span of like an hour. He finds his first true best friend in Ron Weasley, a super smart and, okay, kind of bossy ally in Hermione Granger, and a lifelong rival in Draco Malfoy, who pretty much represents all the snobbery of the old wizarding world. After finally arriving at the incredible Hogwarts castle, the first years are led into the Great Hall for their most important test yet, the sorting ceremony. This is what's going to decide their home, their family for the next 7 years.
So this old magical hat basically reads each student's mind and puts them into one of 4 houses. You've got Gryffindor for the brave and courageous, Hufflepuff for the loyal and just, Ravenclaw for the witty and intelligent, and Slytherin for the ambitious and cunning. And this one choice is a huge deal. It defines your whole time at school. Now, this is absolutely crucial. The Sorting Hat sees that Harry could be great in Slytherin, the same house as Lord Voldemort. But Harry is just sitting there thinking, not Slytherin, please not Slytherin, and the hat, it listens. Harry's very first major choice in the wizarding world is to actively turn away from that dark path. His choice mattered. But just as Harry starts to settle in and think maybe life will be about classes and new friends, he starts to realize that Hogwarts is hiding something, a dangerous secret. And the little clues are already starting to pop up. Let's connect the dots here, because you can see the mystery building piece by piece. First, there's a mysterious package that Hagrid grabs from a vault just hours before it gets broken into. Then, you've got Professor Snape, who seems to hate Harry from the second he sees him. This all leads them to a forbidden corridor, a giant 3-headed dog, and then the final clue. They overhear that Snape himself got bitten by that exact same dog. For Harry, Ron, and Hermione, it's starting to look pretty obvious. That huge, scary dog has to be guarding the very same grubby little package that Hagrid moved from the bank on Harry's birthday. I mean, when you add it all up, the way he stares at Harry, the cursed broomstick, the dog bite, all the evidence seems to point to one guy. The creepy Professor Snape has to be the one trying to steal whatever that valuable thing is. But there's one last piece of the puzzle, a name that Hagrid accidentally let slip. A name they can't find anywhere, Nicholas Flamel. As their first term ends, they know this name is the key to the whole thing, and it leaves us one giant question just hanging in the air. What on earth is that dog actually guarding?